So you want to know how to turn your webcam into a DSLR without spending the DSLR price? We'll go through it now and I'll show you exactly what piece of software you can get which will actually do this for you. So you can subscribe or you can just keep it on a trial, but we'll go through that later. So how can you go from a camera looking like this to a camera looking like this at the most cost-effective price without spending that £2,000, dollars, or whatever on a DSLR camera? You can actually achieve this with some software and without spending those big bucks. However, there are some rules for this to work well. You need to have good lighting on yourself, so you need to have a ring light or lights coming from the side. And this is so the software can work together well with your webcam and make sure it picks you up correctly and separates you from the background. Because if it can't do that, it's just gonna look messy. It's not gonna look clean. It'll just look weird. Trust me, you need lights. So if I didn't have pretty good lighting here, this is how I would look with good lighting. If I have bad lighting, I actually look like this. So I'm now very dark and I can't be picked up very well. So you need to make sure you actually have light in your face. So we'll switch back and sort this out. So some things you need to get this to work. You need to have at least a decent webcam that will support 1080p. I mean, it does downscale it to 720, 30 FPS with this software. Obviously, it's software, they could update that. So I would probably aim to get like a Microsoft 920 or 922, I think it is. Personally, I'm using the Razer Kaio because it's got the built-in ring light. This is a small room. I haven't got much room in here for lighting to be able to cater for it properly. I've gone and got the Razer Kaio for when I first started so I could have that ring light that's built into it. I'll actually probably do a review on this at some point if you guys want it. So if you do, let me know in the comments below. I'll also put links to this in the description below as well as to how much it is, what it is. It's probably inflated at the moment just because of coronavirus, but you might be able to spot a deal somewhere. So definitely check this out. I've already mentioned lighting. I've already mentioned that you need a 720p at least webcam. Obviously, you don't have to have a ring light. You could use a static makeup light. You could attach it to the top up here. As long as it's kind of near the webcam, so it's lighting up your face well enough for it to separate it, you'll be fine. Software in question is called XSplit. Now I used this initially when I started to stream. I used it quite heavily because this whole room was a mess. I didn't have any lighting. I didn't have any little stuff on the shelf. It's getting there. And also I used the green screen side of things to actually superimpose myself in the games. So I was cut out. I didn't have a background, which worked really well. If you haven't got the room, using a green screen isn't really great because you don't have the space to put the green screen. Like in here, I would be right up to the screen if I had a green screen. So the best alternative was to get a software green screen, which kind of uses your graphics card to be able to do that and does use some system resources, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So to set this up, you simply launch the software and then you can kind of choose, well, you have to obviously specify your webcam first, so make sure you do that. So I've got a few personal favorites here for things that I use for different occasions. I've got the little studio with the guitars at the back, which you've probably seen in my Twitch streaming tips. 5 tips for a great stream, which I'll probably pop up a link at the top right or left hand corner if you want to check that out as well. That'll give you some further tips on how you can achieve a better stream if you're worried about it. And then the other option that I've been using over the Christmas period, because this does also support YouTube videos, is I actually went for a little snowy background, so we could rock that as well. And with the added blur effect, it was actually making it look a little bit more realistic. And I kind of liked the look for it for a while, so I used that for quite a bit. And then the main important thing that you guys are interested in is how to make it look like a DSLR. So to do this, what you do is you select the original background, and then on the blur settings down the bottom here, you can actually specify how much you want it to be blurred in the background. So you can set it to the max, which to me looks really, really weird. Personally, my favorite is around about the 12 area, because then it actually looks like a DSLR. God, come on, get your words right. Because then it actually displays correctly. Yeah, it's blurring my mic a little bit, but it's just mainly focused on me because we've got the lighting there, which is great. And that's pretty much all to it. You only have to set that slider to be correct, and then it looks like a DSLR now. One more great thing is that it actually enables you to remove your background. So to be able to do this, what you do is you simply just click on this remove icon here, it works well for like horror games and things and stuff, or if you were just a core streamer. So feel free to use that. That's a very good feature. That's also why I got quite interested in it as well, was because I could remove that background. It looked like I was actually in the game. The one downside to using this software though is that it does use more system resources. By that I mean, if we have a little look at Task Manager here, you can see that it's actually using a percentage of my graphics card even though I'm not doing anything with it. Yes, it's kind of encoding, but if you look at the specific of XSplit, you can see the percentage that it's using there. So you do have to take that into consideration when you're playing some games. Otherwise, if you haven't got a graphics card power enough to do that, you either have to turn your graphics down in your game or look at getting a new graphics card, which then you might want to look towards maybe doing a green screen if you can, but if you can't, any excuse for an upgrade, right? So as I said, the main reason to use this kind of software is obviously the DSLR side of things with the blurring effect. If you're into that, it makes the stream look a little bit more special. Looks like your webcam is a lot better than what it is. But yeah, make it your own. Download different backgrounds, see what you think. You can even upload your own if you wanted to. And there's a wide selection on there. If you found this of some use, please like it and subscribe, and make sure you click that notification button because that also tells you when I've released new videos. Otherwise, you just won't know. If you have any questions about the product or any questions in general, please pop them down in the comments below. Or better yet, you can join me on Twitch when I'm live. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays currently. Link is down in the description. Also got a Discord, which is down below, and I have my Twitter up there as well. So feel free to follow me on that too. I post some random things. I think the last post I did was about pizza. Hope you have some fantastic game time, and I hope to see you on Twitch soon. Keep an eye out for new vids.